and you guys seem so far away. No props today. Welcome in, and it's really a great opportunity, to be in a yoga practice where you can really take all of the things that are swirling around in our life and our plans and our families and different responsibilities and just say it's okay to leave them outside right now for an hour, because everything you do is enough. You have enough right now. In this moment you are enough, and it is absolutely okay to be able to take this time for yourself and leave all of that outside. Make the most of the time that you have here. Do your best to keep training your mind to come back to this moment, come back to your body, come back to your breath. My teacher always likes to point out that so much of our life it feels like it's passing us by really quickly, and most of the time it's because we're not really truly present for it. So if we're paying attention to the present moment, we can recognize that the real miracle is the fact that we're alive, and the fact that we're breathing, our heart is beating, we are in this thing, and we want to be able to suck the juice out of every moment, right? To feel each breath, to be able to appreciate how nourishing it is just to have this body, this mind, all the things that it does for us throughout our lives, and to really care for it, because it is our sacred partner. It is with us from the moment that we are born until the moment that we leave this lifetime. So we want to take as good a care of it as possible, and we know that the only way to take care of it is to be gentle with it, because anything that we are aggressive with, it's going to break down. So that goes for our car and our washing machine and our marriage and our bodies. So this whole practice is an opportunity to care for your body, to listen really closely to what it needs, and we're not trying to force ourselves into any kind of a shape. We are looking for cues that the body's giving us in the language of sensation, and we're listening really closely to where it is that we belong. And it's not going to look like what I'm doing up here or what your neighbor's doing. It's always going to look different. And even when you come here, and you've been coming here for a few years with me, that it's going to look different every time you show up, because how you ate or how you slept, and maybe you just lost a loved one. I mean, these are things that are going to impact us. So I just invite you to try to find a place within yourself, a quietness that you can really listen to what your body's telling you. You could start just by simply feeling your feet here on the floor, and whether you're in shoes or socks is up to you. If you feel sneakers are more appropriate today, that's fine as well. But it's nice to feel into where the feet are touching the floor, a sense of groundedness here, and then where your seat is in the chair. So just the simple sensation of feeling your seat here in the practice. And because these chairs have a bit of a bucket to them, I always like to invite you to kind of press down a little bit into the sits bones, into the bottom part of your spine, so that you're planting these roots, but you're also getting a nice uplift through the spine to make space in the vertebrae, feeling yourself in this posture that feels upright. We're not slouching, but we're not rigid either. And just allow the shoulders to be relaxed down the back, and start to tune into your breathing. So even as distractions come, there's noises going on in the room, there's people that may come in, late, it doesn't matter. We're just here, right now. And it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity just to tune in to ourselves and know that, you know, there's going to be aspects of our life that are out of our control. And we're just here to help ourselves gain a sense of control, a sense of power over our own mind so that we can direct it to go where we want it to go. So anything that comes up, just know that it's normal, it's natural for those distractions to occur. And to the best of our ability, we're just gonna harness the mind to bring it right back to the here and now, back to presence, and back to breath. And then the last thing, just to really set up this foundation, and this is going to be the meat and potatoes of everything we're gonna do, it's the deep breathing. So we're normally not breathing deeply throughout the day. We're gonna take this very intentionally. We're gonna start to draw deep, smooth inhales all the way down into the lungs and fill up the body with that breath. And when you exhale, see if you can allow all of the air to release out of the body. So drawing the air in deep and smooth and through the nose if it's comfortable, if it's possible for you, it's an added benefit. Out the nose as well, just letting it go and becoming aware of how the body moves with the breath as you move the breath in and you move the breath out. And I want you to keep this deep, smooth breathing as the priority throughout the entire class. So anytime that we're in a movement, if you start to notice that your breath is getting a little choppy or erratic, you start to hold your breath. Use that as an indication. Don't worry about the movement, come back to the breathing. Right? Nobody comes to yoga to build tension. And so we want to make sure that we're just in a place that if anyone was listening to us breathe, they would just think that we were in a calm and peaceful place because it sounds that way. And then as we move through the different shapes, you just keep that same smooth breathing going the whole time. And we'll start nice and easily, just gently moving into some things. So let's place the hands onto the lap, palms face down. Maybe clear some space between your shoulders and your ears. And then from here, just turn the palms up towards the sky. Just notice any kind of a shifting there as you turn the palms towards the sky. Now you're in this gesture of receiving. And if there's anything that you would like to call into your life for this time period, this weekend, this season of fall, as these winds of change are kicking up, perhaps there is something you would like to cultivate, whether it's some more peace or some joy, prosperity, or just being grateful for everything that you have. Just imagine that being in the palm of your hands right now. Take another deep breath here, inhaling and exhaling. And then turn the palms back onto the lap. Start to slide them down towards the knees here. We'll just start to work with the spine a little bit. So on an inhale, the hands are going to slide towards the hips. We'll have a little arching of the spine as the elbows come back like little chicken wings. When you exhale, you round the back, tuck the tailbone under, make a C shape with the spine. And with the breath, start to inhale, lift, maybe the chin starts to stretch towards the horizon. Exhale, round everything out, like you're just squeezing out everything you don't need, letting it go. A few more times, inhale, lift, open, exhale, round and release. Again, inhaling, breathe and deep. Exhale, round it all out. Now this time we'll come up, arch like a cow, and then as you come down, we'll go through a cat pose, but then we'll come all the way down. Start to slide the fingers down the shins, come into a forward fold here. There's still a little bit of tone in the lower belly because you want to protect your lower back.
But as you're here, if you would like to stretch the back of the shoulders, let the shoulders round forward. You could shake the head a little no. Anything can release out of that head that you don't need. And maybe you shake it yes to those intentions that you set for yourself. And then like a rag doll, just start to slide up the spine one vertebrae at a time until you come back to a seated mountain pose. And once you arrive, take your shoulders up to the ears, give them a squeeze. If you want to open the mouth, let it go. Ha. Again, like that. Inhale, squeeze it up, and exhale. Ha. Good. Take your right arm, reach it down by your side here, and on an inhale, we'll swim it up to the sky. Lengthen it nice and high. The other hand can come down by the side of the chair if you want to grip it for a little leverage, and then keep reaching those right fingertips a little bit higher on the inhale. And as you exhale, come overhead. Root down through that hip, reach away with those fingertips. Get a nice stretch in the side body here as you continue to breathe deep and full inhales and exhales. Take another breath in and a full breath out. And then come on back up to center. Reach it high and then just let that go. Let it drop down by the side. Opposite arm swims up, reach high, lengthen. And then exhale over and stretch. And as you breathe here, we're just looking for places that we can make space in the body, but we're not cranking on anything, not going past any boundaries. So you just go right to that periphery where your edge of your range of motion is, and you breathe into it. One more full breath. Inhale, completely let go, exhale, and then come back up to the top. Take the hand back down. This time we're gonna grab, maybe it's the back leg of the chair, and you scooch a little bit forward. And we find that nice arch in the spine, that cow shape. Wrap the shoulders back and down. Lift the chin, not throwing the head back, but just getting a stretch in the front of the throat here. As you press down through the bottom of the tailbone, you lift the heart, just like that woman at the bow of the ship, kind of open and expansive, and breath is full, breathing free. One more, inhaling and exhaling. And then go ahead, release the hands down by the sides. Take your left fingertips and kind of press down the inside of your right shoulder here. The palm's gonna turn towards the sky. And then as you do that, just start to walk your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Just feel that little bit of a stretch here, all of these strands in the side of the neck. Nothing crazy, just using the left fingertips to kind of help us keep that chest open. Breathing deep and free, inhaling and exhaling. Take one more here, in, and a full breath out. And then nice and easily start to bring the head up to center. We'll bring those left fingertips onto the opposite thigh, and then take this right hand and bring it behind the chair. Press down through the bottom of the spine, lift up through the crown of the head, and then start to turn towards the right, looking back over that shoulder, keeping the shoulders out of the ears, keeping the breath deep and free. As you breathe in, you lengthen, and as you breathe out, you twist. Another full inhale, completely exhale, and then start to turn the body forward to the front. We're gonna open up the knees a little bit wide here, and then make some circles around with that spine. So same kind of cat-cow movements, but also with this rounding out of the rib cage to loosen that whole lower back region and to stir up some digestive juices. Breathing in and out. And then nice mindful transition here. Let's start to stir the pot the other way. After you make your next circle, let's come back to mountain pose. Bring the knees back to parallel, And then we'll take those right fingertips, we'll come right to the inside of the left shoulder here, turn the palm of the left hand up towards the sky, just kind of wrapping that shoulder back and down, and then begin to draw that right ear down towards the right shoulder so you find a stretch that feels good for you. And just like you've got lungs right there at the side of the neck, and you can breathe that good Friday oxygen air right into that place. Breathe smooth and deep in and out. Take one more full breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then draw the head back up to center. Drop those fingertips onto the opposite thigh. Maybe that hand comes behind the back. And you're starting to rotate from this midsection of your spine, the thoracic spine, right where the heart is. You're turning it towards the left here, and you're looking back over the left shoulder. And then you really want to move that diaphragm muscle up and down. So as you breathe in, it moves down. You get into the belly. As you breathe out, everything contracts. Take it again, inhaling and exhaling. And then start to unfurl. The head comes first and the rest of the body follows. Once again, we're gonna open up those knees a little wide, scoot yourself forward. This time we'll add a little more core strength, like we've got that big cauldron. This is our witch's brew. Let's start to stir it around. And just, you're moving through it. It's really thick. It's hard to stir. You're making your own tension here to help with your strength. And as you're ready, let's go in the opposite direction. Really pulling and pushing. Now leave the knees wide. We'll come back to center. Take the hands onto the knees here, the toes out. Everybody will drop the right shoulder towards the left knee, opening up the inseam of this thigh a bit, stretching into the side body, reaching the head away. Good. Now go ahead and switch it out. So open up that left leg, reach the head across, make some space. Come on back to the opposite side, and let's take that right arm, reach it across, bicep by the ear, spread the fingers really wide, stretch the palm of the hand, and then squeeze that palm, grip it nice and strong. Do that one more time. Open the hand really wide, stretch it out, and then grip really, really strong. And then let's work our fingers today. So just release the thumb here. One finger at a time. Let's rainbow open. The index, the middle, the ring, and the pinky. Just watching that wave. And we come back in the reverse. So it's pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. One more time like that. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. And then coming back. Pinky, ring, middle, index to the thumb, and then drop that arm, let it go, let it dangle, breathe free. And then place it onto the opposite thigh. Help yourself up here. We're gonna heel toe our legs back to parallel. Find that mountain pose for a moment, find your seat, and then when you're ready, take your right leg, go ahead and press it forward, flex the foot, stretch the toes back towards the face, and do your best to find really good alignment between the ankle joint, the knee joint, and the hip joint, so that the center of your knee is kind of tracking right between that second and third toe. We just want to create that good muscle memory and alignment here. We want to bring some strength to the quadricep muscles. Now to help lengthen our back, you could take the left arm up to the sky, maybe even the right. Find that nice length along the sides of the waist as you continue to flex the foot there. Give it one last little reach there. And then exhale, bring the hands down and then bring the foot down to the floor. And then we're just gonna hinge from that knee joint. So press it forward and bring it down. And then forward and down and forward and down. One more time, forward and down. Now let's open it up. You can even grab the sides of the chair here and then in. So now we're strengthening the hip flexor muscles and we're getting some range of motion in the hip joint. Couple more times, 3 and 2. At 1, see if you can hold it out here. Maybe you bring the left arm out to the side like an airplane wing, followed by the right. Can you do it without leaning towards the left? And then maybe pressing that foot out for a moment, finding that strength, but not holding your breath for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and let it go and take your hands underneath of your right thigh and start to make some circles in one direction. And then start to circle the other way. Good. Now take your hands, interlace them at the top of the shin. Draw the knee in towards the body here, and then while we're here and we're stretching the hip flexors, let's round the ankle joint as well. One direction here. And then go ahead and take it the other way. Good. Now we'll bring that knee out to the side, nice and wide. Take the other knee out to the side as well. Scooch a little bit forward. And then drop your left shoulder towards your right knee. Open that up. And then we'll make the switch. Go ahead. Come on back to the other side. And then we'll move to this side. So take that left arm. Reach it across really long, planting down through that opposite hip and foot, spreading the fingers, and then gripping all the fingers in. Really strong here, making that fist. Again, open it up nice and wide, and then squeeze it all in. Good grip strength. And then one finger at a time, we'll wave it open, starting with the thumb, moving to the index, like a moving meditation, just getting expansive and open, and then taking it back. Pinky, ring, middle, index to the thumb. We'll glide it open one more time, one finger at a time, working the joints, the connective tissue in the hands. Coming back, one finger at a time, until we get back to the beginning, and then letting that arm just drop on down, let it dangle. Coming back up to seated, heel toe, back to where we started. And then press that left heel forward. Keep everything in good alignment. Strengthen the thighs here. Making sure the center of the knee is tracking into that second or third toe. And you're still focused on every single breath, hitting the bottom of your lungs. You haven't lost a beat there. Breathing in and breathing out. Now lengthen the side waist, one arm coming up like toy soldier, maybe both. Really trying to make space between the vertebrae back there. The core is turned on, you're breathing free. 2 and 1. Go ahead and bring the hands down and the foot down, and then we're just gonna hinge. So press it forward and come on down. Pressing it forward and come down. Again, forward and down, and forward and down. Now opening it up to the side. Open and close. And open and close. Open, close. Now leave it open. Staying here, right arm can come out to the side, maybe the left. Now are you planted down through that tailbone? Crown of the head's gonna lift towards the sky. And now maybe going for the strength in that left hip flexor. Feel that turn on, but keep breathing for 2 and 1. Now come under the thigh and we'll circle around in that joint, just getting some synovial fluid, loosening up there. And then easily and mindfully making the other direction. Good. Take your hands, interlace at the top of the shin, draw the knee in towards the chest here, and while you're here, if you want to work that synovial fluid in the ankle joint, feel free to circle that around in both directions. Okay, drop that straight down. We're coming back to our mountain pose. Let's come onto the balls of the feet here. Just press those heels up towards the sky and then drop them down. A couple times like that. Bringing them up and lower. Bring them up and lower and up and lower. Good. Let's take the hands down by the sides here. On an inhale, we'll take them up towards the top. Hands at prayer, and then come through the center and right back down by your sides. Inhaling, breathe deep, and then exhaling down. One more time like that. Inhale, and then exhale down by your sides. This time we'll take both arms up to the sky, lengthen. We'll twist open to the right. So the right arm's gonna come back either to the side or towards the back. The left arm comes straight forward. And we're just rotating from that thoracic spine here. Now, from here, let's take that left hand that's out in front, and we're just gonna kind of touch it towards the right here. And then come back open, and then come together. Open, and come together. Now come back open for the twist. Reach both arms up to the sky, reach it high. Now take the arms out like a cactus here, bending at the elbows. Take an inhale here, and let's take a couple chest press. So come together, and then open. And then press, and open. This time when we press, we're gonna stay pressed, interlace, and we'll work our wrist joint. So maybe a little figure eights here, knowing we've got all those tiny little bones and ligaments and the wrists, so lots of connective tissue that we want to work our way into. Good. And then take those palms, let's press it out. So stretch the whole back body, find some space between the shoulder blades back there. Maybe you even tuck the chin into the chest, a little touch for that thyroid. And then we'll take both hands up to the sky, press them high. Try to bring the upper arms a little bit further back by the ears. Try to straighten the arms as best as possible. Again, always looking for length in the spine where we can. And then open up the hands so that they face each other. Let's twist the opposite way. So left arm will come back, the right arm will come forward, and the crown of the head is still as high as you can make it. Take an inhale here, and then press those palms together. And then open it up, and then go for the press. Let's open, and let's press one more time. And then open it up for the twist again. This time, come with both arms up to the sky. Take the cactus like we did earlier. Take an inhale here, and then come back to your forward fold. Let it go, let the head drop, let things just release and slide off of that back. Maybe the head, once again, just shaking things out, yes or no. Good, now we'll go for a half flat back. So place the hands or fingertips onto the shins. Scoot your tailbone back in the chair and reach the crown of the head forward as you keep the shoulders wrapping back. And there's this hug in the lower belly to protect your spine. Maybe you even hover your torso off of the thighs so you find every back muscle on your body working right now. You could stay just like that with the support of the hands, or if you want, you could reach your arms out like airplane wings, hovering the torso, softening the face, breathing smooth. We'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1, and then come back to forward fold, let it all go. 1 vertebrae at a time, start to roll up that spine. Once you get to the top, we'll return to taking the shoulders up to the ears, giving them a squeeze, and then exhale, letting it go. Good, let's take a stand here. Adjust it. Okay. Find our mountain pose. So we'll do a little bit of connecting breath to movement, a little yoga tai chi. So you'll find your stance, and then we're gonna start with the palms. They face upwards, and it's kind of right at this area we've worked before called our dantian. So if I was to take my index finger to my belly button, the place where my ring finger drops down to, that's our area of our prana, where we're holding that space, that energy. And then we're gonna take that prana, and on an inhale, we're gonna start to raise it up towards our heart space, and the elbows come out. And then as we exhale, kind of bring the hands up towards the sky as the wrists rotate. And then we'll come and we'll take those hands and we'll pull in towards our heart what it is that we want. And then we exhale and we come down, just like we're working with that energy. So inhale, gather up the good stuff, and then move it up towards the sky like a prayer in motion. And then take in, gather towards the heart space, and then press down, release what you don't need. Again, inhaling, bringing the energy upwards. Keep going as you turn and you press towards the sky. And then come on and bring in and gather. And then move back down to the dantian. Now bring both hands down by the sides, find mountain pose. On an inhale, the right arm's gonna circle out and up. As you exhale, draw it around and down. 2 more times. Inhale, and then exhale to float it down. 1 more like that, inhaling. And then exhale, float it down. We'll do the left arm comes up on the inhale. And then exhale to lower. Again, inhaling and exhaling. 1 more time, inhale and exhale. Now this time with the right arm, we're gonna come back and up and then forward and down. Again, back and up on the inhale. You could watch it if you want. And then forward and down. 1 more time, back and up. And then forward and down. Left arm floats back behind, bring it to the sky, and then lower it on down. Again, like that. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, in and down. Now we're gonna do the backstroke on the right arm. So right arm up, and then bring it back and down. Again, inhale and exhale. 1 more, in and then down. Let's do it on the left side. So, you know, a lot of these movements, like, if we don't use it, we lose it. We usually don't find ourselves doing this unless you're swimming in a pool every day. So it's all, the whole point is just to get that range of motion. Now we'll take the right arm, let's bring it out to the side on the inhale, really open up the chest, and then exhale, just bring it to the opposite shoulder. Again, inhaling, open, and then exhaling, draw it in. 1 more time, inhale, open, and then exhale, that little hug. Go ahead and rest that down by your side. Left arm comes out to the side, expand the chest, the heart, and then go ahead and draw it across. Inhale, open it up, and exhale across. One more, inhale, and then exhale, bring it across. Good, go ahead and rest that down by your side. Now we're gonna take both arms, they're gonna come out to the side on the inhale, and then exhale, let's cross at the wrists. Now remember which one is in front. Come on out and cross the other way. We'll do it again. Open it up, crisscross, inhale, and crisscross. Now we come out and we're gonna land them by the sides of the body. Good. Now the right arm, come out to the side, inhale. As you exhale, bring it in front of you. And then inhale it up to the sky, and then turn and press that palm. Get rid of anything you don't need. Same thing other side. Left arm comes out to the side. Let's take it in front. Then we inhale it up, and then we exhale and let it go. Now we do both arms. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, draw them in front of you. Now turn the palms, breathe in, and then exhale, let it go. Both arms again, we'll do 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and clear it out. Again, inhale and exhale, and inhale and clear it out. Good. Take your shoulders, roll them up to the ears. Exhale, let it go. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. Take the hands to the hips. Start to roll those hips. So, staying with getting into all the little nooks and crannies here. So an opportunity to use those legs now that we're out of the chair. And just find circles that feel good for you. And stay in the meditation. That is the whole purpose here. Keep that mind focused on what you are doing as you are doing it. When you're ready, very mindfully, without flailing, start to go in the other direction. And then we're gonna move this down to the knees. So go ahead and glide those hands down to the knees and make some circles there. And again, just getting some of that synovial fluid moving in that joint. And then work it the other way. Good. Go ahead and come on up. If you don't have the chair nearby, go ahead and grab it just so you have some stability here. We're gonna make our left leg is gonna be the standing leg. So I'm going to come onto the right side of the chair here, and I'm just gonna take my right toes and once again, just work that ankle joint a little bit, circle it around, and then the other way. Good. If you wanna do this from your chair, you can. I want you to ground down through that left foot on the floor. Make sure you're using the whole surface area and start to draw that right knee up towards the chest. Let's flex the right foot here, and then like we did earlier, pressing it forward and then hinging. And then press and hinge. Press and hinge, and press and hinge. Now, open and close, and open and close, open and close, stay open. Reground. I want you to really feel that right big toe onto the floor, the crown of the head lifting towards the sky. If you want, you can open the right arm out like an airplane wing, and maybe just everything but one finger comes off that chair. Maybe for a moment, you see if you can play with some balance. So this is like tree pose, but with a little more strength and some different work here in our hip flexor, because we're working to keep that leg lifted. Good, just recalibrate, do the best you can. If you fall out, don't forget to smile, you're human, right? For 3, maybe press it out to the side. See if you can do it without leaning towards the chair. Re-ground through that big toe, breathe deep, and then let it go. Walk it out, good. Getting a little fatigue in those muscles is good for us. Nothing crazy, just working some edges. All right, let's take a little detour for downward facing dog. So come to the back of your chair here. Some of you might be ready for a deeper variation of downward facing dog, which is to use the seat of the chair and to walk your feet back. If that feels a little bit too precarious for you and you want to stay with the high end of the chair, feel free to do that. And then you just want to have those heels a little more lined up underneath of your hips. But if you've got the lower part here, you could probably walk your feet even further back. The main thing is to not have your legs be too narrow. So you do want to make sure your feet are at least hips width apart. And then the knees can be as bent as you'd like, but the movement is to imagine that someone's got a hook in that tailbone of yours or that back belt loop, and they're just lifting it up and back so that you make space between the vertebrae, and then you can begin to straighten those legs as much as you want. And then as you're here, feel the belly move with the breath. So when you inhale, the belly expands, and when you exhale, it contracts. Again, inhaling deep and full, and exhaling. One more inhale, and exhale. Good. Let's start to walk our way towards the chair here. Come on up to standing. And then we'll go to the other side. So come to the left side of the chair now. We'll make our right leg our standing leg. Go ahead and do a little ankle move there. Good. And then the other way. All right, now setting this up so that we feel that good alignment. Make sure that on the standing leg, you're using as much surface area as possible. Left knee's moving towards the chest. Maybe the hand comes to the hip here. We'll flex the foot. And then like we did before, good alignment, working it forward, and then hinging it back. Again, forward and in, forward and in, forward and in. Now, open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Leave it open. Re-ground through the big toe on your right foot, and then lift the crown of the head towards the sky here. Maybe open up that left arm to the left, and then finding a little fearlessness here. Both arms, just an opportunity to work a muscle called calmness. This is what we're strengthening. Doesn't matter what it looks like, right? Can we move through the difficulties with an evenness of mind? That's the goal. Maybe you even press that leg out to the side. And we want to create that instability. We want to create muscle memory that we can recover from when we get unstable out there and thrown off our balance. Breathe free. Last moment. Get it while you can. And then let it go. Good job. All right. Let's go behind the chair. And let's take, okay, so I'm going to do this so that you have options. We're going to take the right foot forward, and the left foot's going to be back, and we're going to come to a pyramid stance. So that back foot's going to be on a little bit of an angle. The right toes are pointing straight ahead. Now, make sure both of your hips are facing the chair here, so I'm not turned to the side. And then place your hands either on the back of the chair and start to reach the crown of the head forward, or you could, if you want, turn the chair around or come to the lower part of the chair and start to walk your hands forward. So what I'm doing now is that I'm reaching my forehead beyond my right big toe, using my hands to kind of extend my back out, and then I can fold to my own degree. But I'm trying to have as little compression in the back as possible by maintaining some length in the spine before I fold. And the other important thing is strengthening that right hip. So draw that back towards your body. Where you're gonna feel this is mostly, I think, in the back of the right leg and the hamstrings. If it is not enough, sometimes people lift the right toes towards their face. That could activate an additional stretch for you. But if you feel that it's working, so stay with where you're at, stay with the stretch, and just breathe into what you're feeling. Now, if you did lift those toes, place them back down onto the ground. Leave your left hand where it is and take your right hand to your right hip. I'm gonna turn around so you can see me. Okay? Twist your body towards the right. So I still have a long spine. My left hand is supporting me, and my right hand is on the right hip. Now, if you want to go for twisting triangle, the full move is to take the right arm out and then draw it up to the sky. What usually happens is that people take their hips with them. So I want you to really try to work the right hip in towards the body and keep both of your hips facing the chair, even as you twist from that torso. Good. Keep lengthening the crown of the head forward. Give it one more last bit here to open, and then drop that right hand down onto the chair. Press into your right big toe, okay? Leave the right hand down, and now take your left hand to your left hip. So now we're gonna do traditional triangle pose, which is to turn the upper body towards the left. So now the pelvis starts to open, and you could stay just like this, or you could reach the left arm up to the sky. And I want you to really make that right big toe your key here. Fully press into it and feel the strength of the outer right hip wrapping into the body, and then open up that chest nice and wide. Now you could stay like this, or if you want extended triangle, turn the palm towards the left ear and start to reach it overhead. Good. Keep pressing into that big toe, keep reaching those fingertips, and outer edge of that back foot is your anchor. One last moment, and then left hand's gonna come up to the sky, bend into the right knee, and come up to warrior two. So now we're in this warrior two stance, arms open wide. I'm bending that right knee towards 90 degrees, good. Good. Look over the right fingertips. Now, straighten out that front right leg, touch the palms together, and then go ahead and close your legs. All right, we're gonna take a break first. Let's face the chair. Open the feet a little bit wide. Press into the outer edges of the feet, turn the toes in, hands come down. Maybe even forearms come down onto the chair, drop the head down, and lift the hips up. So another opportunity to get deep into those hamstrings as you find this spread leg pose. And we won't be here too long, so Work your way towards the edge of your range of motion. Once you arrive there, stay with it. Breathe deep and free. And then press down either to the forearms, come up to the palms, hands to the hips. Stand up, heel toe, those feet back towards parallel, and now left foot forward, right foot back. So your right foot is on an angle, left toes are straight forward. Good. Going for the pyramid stance. So basically, I'm making sure that both of my hips are not moving. I'm gonna reach the crown of the head forward. Hands can come down onto the chair if I like. And I keep trying to make some space in the spine before folding into that shape. So you just come as low as what feels right for you and try to maintain some focus on what the left hip is doing. So keep wrapping that left hip in towards the body. Keep grounding into the left big toe. And wrap your right hip a little bit forward. A little bit of background music for our finale.
Sorry.
Last standing side. All right. Let's go to twisting triangle pose. So this is a great pose to release, detoxify. So the right hand comes to the chair. The left hand comes to the left hip. And you keep the spine long. It's a key in this pose as you twist the torso towards the front leg. Yep. Head keeps moving towards the chair. Press down through the right hand. And then maybe take that left arm either out or up. So this is where you want to make sure, just depending on where your range is, you don't want to sacrifice the length of your spine just to move that top arm a little bit higher. So you got to go where you feel like your body clicks into the right place. Squeeze out like a dish rag what you don't need. Give those organs a massage. You've got one more here to rinse. And then go ahead and drop that hand down onto the chair. Now we stay in a triangle stance, but now we turn the pelvis open. So we move from here to having the left hand down on the chair. The right hand can come to the right hip, and we spread the pelvis as we turn the torso towards the side. Maybe the back foot even walks back a little bit. You can open up this triangle pose. Keep the head lengthening away from the right hip. Keep pressing into that big toe up front, and then maybe take the right arm up to the sky with the palm facing forward. This is a traditional triangle pose. This is a stable shape. We want to stay strong in those legs. If you want to extend this, you would turn the right palm towards the right ear, and you would reach it overhead for extended triangle. Working a lot of core strength here in order to keep that torso lengthening. Wherever you're at, one last little bit, and then we're gonna bring that arm up to the sky, down towards the chair, and then close it off. Good. Turn the chair completely around so you have the back of the chair now standing up, and then come up into your tippy toes. Press down into the balls of the feet, and then lower it down. Again, rise tall, and lower down. One more time, let's stay up. Maybe one hand comes to the sky, find that length, and maybe we bring both hands. Maybe just a couple of fingers, maybe we're stumbling around. It's all welcome, all good, right? It's all about your effort, not your acquisition. So get it while you can. Take one more big breath here, and then exhale, let it go. Shoulders come up to the ears, give it a squeeze, and release. Good. Let's have a seat. Find your seat. Back in your chair. neck a little bit more. So let those shoulders drop down. See if you can bring your head down so that your chin comes towards your chest. And then take the hands, let's interlace them behind the head here and draw those elbows towards one another. And it's just a little extra pressure, but nothing crazy. Go easy with those neck bones. Now on an inhale, open up the elbows a little bit wide, and then lift the heart towards the horizon. You've got the support of your head, your hands into your head here, so you can lean back to your own degree. Breathe nice and deep. And then come to a neutral position here. Inhale. As you exhale, draw the right elbow, towards your right hip. And then come on back up to center. And then other side. And back up to center. Take it to the right. Come to center. And to the left. And to center. Now this time, twist to the right. And come to center. And twist to the left. Come to center. To the right. And center, and to the left, and center. Stay centered here. Take your right foot straight out ahead, and twist to the right. And then bring everything back to center. Left leg, twist, and back to center. Let's do a couple more rounds. Press, and inhale, and press, and inhale. Press, inhale, and press, and inhale. Take a deep breath, open up the chest, and then exhale. Take a forward fold. Let the arms hang, let the head hang, shake it out. One vertebrae at a time, start to roll up that spine. Once you get to the top, find your mountain pose. And then take the first two fingers on each hand, come right to this third eye space in the middle of the forehead, and just start to smooth out any tightness or tension that you're feeling there as you trace some rainbows over your eyebrows. The next time you arrive at your temples, make some circles. Give those temples a nice massage. And then start to do a little bit of pitter-pattering at the cheekbones here. Pitter-patter the center of the cheeks, the upper lip, and the chin. And then come to the hinge of the jaw, let the jaw be loose, and just start to massage that. Sometimes we get a lot of sinus pressure at this time of year, change of season, so let's take those first two fingers on each hand and just come and kind of clear that sinus cavity a couple times. And then use those first two fingers to come behind the ears and go and just rub up and down a little. And then using your thumb and your index finger, come to the top of the earlobe, a little acupressure there, and work your way down the lobe to the bottom. And then lastly, we'll take the hands, bring them in front of you. Go ahead and hook those thumbs. Bring the heel of the hands to your heart and just massage that heart muscle a couple times, one direction. And then we'll move it the other way. And just like we started, bring your hands down onto your lap. Find your seated mountain pose. let go of the deep breathing at this point. Hopefully the mind started to be more settled. I just want you to watch the natural breath moving in and moving out of the body. So you can choose a place where you can really fine-tune this awareness. Sometimes people can notice the breath most easily in the chest area or the ribs. They can feel the body move with the natural breath as they breathe in and out. Sometimes people can notice it in the belly region. And other times people will focus right at the edge of the nostril, right? The place where the air passes through those circles. So you can choose whichever one you'd like. We're gonna do just a minute of meditation here. I'll be silent, and I just want you to watch the natural breath move in and out, and keep focusing your mind on that place that you chose. Focus on the breath. Last few moments here. With that mind calm, with that breath so slow and inaudible, and your whole body just deep in this yogic zone. We will seal in the practice to take it with us by bringing the hands to prayer at the heart space. Little bow in reverence to ourselves for being here today, and gratitude that we can practice in community, that we're healthy enough to practice. Taking the thumbs to the third eye space for clarity of thought. And then the fingers to the lips for compassion in our speech to ourselves and one another. And then back to the space of the heart, consistency of action, where it really matters. We let the practice help guide us in what we think, say, and do. Thank you all for coming today. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Ange.
Pleasure. I will miss you on Sunday and Tuesday. I will be here next Friday, same place, same time.
And Sunday.
What's that?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday, yeah, you got it.